Hello there, this is Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and this is just a really quick video to show you something that's just I've picked up off eBay, just arrived today and I'm quite pleased with. And it's this. What we have here is a Pace desoldering station. It's quite old, it's probably dates from about 1980. Now these things were ridiculously expensive when they were new. This is a proper vacuum, what a vacuum line there, it's a vacuum desoldering station, as you can see. We have a solder pen, but on the back of it, as well as the power connector, we have a tube, and this is the power unit for it. Inside is a little compressor which causes a vacuum on there. There's also some air pressure on there that you can use for blowing. I'm super pleased at getting hold of this. I didn't think I'd get it for the price I actually paid for it, because including delivery I paid £34 for this, which, considering I think this unit retailed for about £1,000 in 1980, that's not bad going. Now it is used, it is very old. I don't think it's been used for a very long time, to be honest, because when I got it, the pins on the 13 amp plug that it came with had actually turned green. I mean, completely green. I had to get some emery paper and actually scrape the green deposit off them before I could even get a contact on them. So I have a feeling it's not been used for a very long time. Saying that, it does actually work. I've had to do one repair on it already, and that was nothing to do with the unit at all. That was to do with my Hermes, who, yeah, they were the courier, unfortunately. And they've obviously not handled it particularly well. And inside here, as I was saying, there's a little air compressor, and it's mounted on 4 rubber bushes, anti-vibration bushes, and they've obviously bumped it about and it had actually sheared all 4 of the rubber bushes off, and the compressor motor was rattling around inside the case. So as an interim measure, I've made some new bush mounts for it, so it's still shock mounted. I made some out of some old flip-flop material, actually. I took an old flip-flop that the strap had broken on, and it's a really nice dense foam, so I cut 4 pieces of that and made 4 new vibration mounts, so that's working now. It's actually up and running as we speak. I have to be quite careful with this because obviously it is red hot. It smoked quite a bit when I first powered it up, was the crud burnt off the elements, but it does work. If you can see all this stuff here, I've been playing. It's just stuff I've desoldered. I don't think I can do any desoldering just holding this camera like this. Although one nice thing with this unit is, let me just get it off the floor. Instead of, if you look at some of the cheap Chinese units you can get now, they have a trigger on the hand grip. This has a foot pedal, which makes it really nice to use, because you've got that on the floor, you don't keep your foot near it, keep your foot on it. And basically what happens is, let's get a piece, this is just all scrap board that I've kept about. Like I said, I don't think this is going to work very well because I can't hold and thing, but basically, yeah, you put your iron on like that, you hit your foot pedal, and it sucks it away. Like I say, I'm not having a lot of luck at the moment because I'm doing this one-handed. Let's see if we can just suck that blob of solder up. Oops. No, I need 2 hands to do this, really. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, it did desolder that. This camera's not very good for doing this with either, because it doesn't. It's got a very fixed focus on it. I can't zoom right in like I can if I'm using my iPhone. It didn't come with a stand for the iron, so I'm just using that old. It's a Maplin temperature control soldering iron. I'm just using the stand for that. I'll get some spare stands to hold it. It also came with this accessory, which is a It's just like a soldering pencil, very fine tip. Apparently I've been watching some videos, some tutorials on how to use one of these. Were actually made by Pace in the 80s. And the idea of this is if you've got a thick ground plane, you can heat from one side using this iron, and then put the sucker on the other side, and it helps you suck the solder through where you've got a very large ground plane, and you distribute the heat so you're not overheating one side of the board. So that's quite useful. All temperature controlled. That's the actual desolderer. That's that little iron I've just shown you, and at the bottom here, I don't have this unfortunately, but it can take some thermal tweezers. They plug in there, and basically it's a pair of electrical tweezers that they heat up the ends, and they're good for removing surface mount components. Another thing this has, which I haven't got, is if we've got this hole here. That's actually a power takeoff from the pump. You can set this like that, so the pump actually runs constantly, and you've basically got a PTO there, which tools like a little ball mill, so kind of a bit like a dentist drill, will plug into that, which is useful for grinding away on circuit boards and removing damage to circuit boards, things like that. Probably I never used that. I really got it because I wanted a good desolderer. I've always used, like I think most of us have, you know, this type of thing before now. And when I saw this going, I put a bid on it. I was not expecting to get it at the bid that I put on it, to be honest. But it looks like there was only, I put a bid of 21 quid and got it for 21 quid plus postage. I'm going to do some work on it. I've not really done anything to it yet. The filter in there I think probably needs replacing. The tip isn't in the best of condition. It's a bit worn. I need to see if I can find some new tips for it. I don't think they're available from Pace anymore, but I'm sure if I keep looking on eBay I'll find someone that's got some old tips they've had in the drawer for God knows how many years, and I'll be able to get some new tips for it. I would like to know the model number of the actual handpiece, and whether it's possible to replace that with a more modern one. Handpiece runs on 115 volts, so I'm hoping that it might be possible to get a new handpiece for it if needs be. The power supply unit itself and the actual vacuum unit itself works really nicely. I'm super pleased with that. Right, that's all. This was just really a quick video. One reason I'm doing this video is I'm having some terrible problems uploading on eBay, on YouTube at the moment. I've got a really nice little video on the Amiga that I've done, which it's about 40 minutes long, and I'm on like my 10th attempt to upload it. I don't know if I'm going to have to re-render it, make it smaller or what, but no matter what I try, I cannot get that video to upload at the moment. So, thought I'd just do a quick sub 10-minute video, show you my new toy that arrived, and see if this will upload okay. So, that's it. Goodbye for now, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.